Let's just keep doing more questions. Look at this one, okay? And again, whenever you see a decimal, see if you can convert that into a fraction. Fractions are so much easier than decimals. Trust me, folks, it's so much easier, so much better to use. Okay, so what does this mean? Well, there's two ways of doing this. You can do this in your calculator or realize that this is a 10th position. This is actually 15 over 10. It's in the 10th position. Now you can reduce this. Reduce this dividing both by 5. This is negative 3 over 2, all to the power of negative 3. Now, if you don't believe me, well, take a look at your calculator. You can take that negative 1.5, right? Okay, math and bracket, and there you go. Negative 3 over 2, exactly what I have right there. Isn't that wild? You can either do this on your calculator or do it in your head. Now, here we go. Look at this exponent. That exponent is a negative. So remember what BEDMAS tells you. It says brackets first. Well, there's nothing to do inside the bracket. We already did it by converting it into a fraction. The next thing is exponent. Remember that negative here does not, this negative here does not change this negative. That stays. That negative just means to flip. That's all it means. Okay, don't get confused on that. So let's flip this. This stays as negative 2 over 3, okay, to the power of positive 3 now. And then this becomes upstairs, downstairs mailman. This guy here turns around and distributes to the top and to the bottom. So this is negative 2 to the power of 3 over 3 to the power of 3. Negative 2 to the power of 3, negative 8. 3 to the power of 3, 27. There's your answer. Boom. Now, you can always try this directly into your calculator, and a lot of people do. They'll take the negative 1.5 to the power of negative 3 and just put it in your calculator. So bracket negative 1.5 bracket to the power of 3, okay? Oh, supposed to be the power of negative 3, right? Okay, and just put it in your calculator. And then they get this. What is that? Well, math bracket and see what happens. Yeah, negative 8 over 27, which is exactly what I have there. Isn't that wild? You can actually use your calculator to do this. Now, if you do this on a long answer section of an exam, your teacher may not give you full credit because you're not showing the math and the reasoning behind it. This is showing the math and the reasoning. Watch how I do this again and check it out. Look, there's tenths, there's hundredths. So this is 9 over 100, okay? This is to the power of negative 1/2. What does that negative mean? That negative right here means to flip it. So now I'm at 100 over 9, change the sign. The sign is 1/2. Notice that I did not flip this. I only flipped what was inside, okay? That's really important to understand. Now, again, now, flower power it. There's the flower, okay? There's the root, right? So we got to the power of 1, which also means just square root this thing. Square root of 100 over 9, make it a square root of 100 over the square root of 9. Square root of 100 is 10, square root of 9, 3. There's your answer. Done. That simple, that straightforward, that easy. Look at this next one. Same idea. There's tenths, there's hundredths. So this is 4 over 100. See how it works? Now, that can be reduced. Remember, that can be reduced to 1 over 25, right? Divide each side, top and bottom, by 4 to get 1 over 25. So you got 1 over 25. Now, put the power back in. This is to the exponent of negative 3 over 2. Again, what does the negative mean? The negative means flip it. So we flip it 25 over 1 to the 3 over 2. Remember, you only flip what's inside, don't flip the exponent. Now, flower power this. There's the flower, power, there's the root, okay? So this is the square root of 25 over 1, which is just plain old 25, and then you're going to cube it. So square root of 25, 5 cubed, 5 times 5 times 5, 125. Isn't that wild? It actually becomes pretty easy once you get the hang of this, right? Yeah, I think so too. Look at this one. Nothing to reduce here, but you have this ugly negative here. Okay, so the negative means flip it. Change the sign. Change the sign of this guy. Never, ever change the sign of this. Never. If it's negative, leave it as negative. If it's positive, leave it as positive. The only thing that that negative means is to flip it. Take the reciprocal. Now, flower power. Okay, there's the flower. There's the root. So obviously this is to the power of 1, which is not going to change anything, but it's going to be square rooted. The square root of 36 over 25. Well, that means the square root of 36 over the square root of 25. Square root of 36 is 6. Square root of 25 is 5. There's your answer. Okay? I think, honestly, if you follow the right pattern, you've got this.